Folks, what we have here is another video. This looks almost like a Payne or a Bryant. I think this is a Payne 13 SEER 2.5 ton unit, and this is a landlord-tenant situation. According to the landlord, they booked a service appointment yesterday for today. He said that the tenant said that the AC unit was blowing out warm air. Unfortunately, this is our first time out here, but there is no service history of anything being replaced or repaired recently at this property. But guys, I want to show you something here. I simply just went inside and turned the thermostat to cool, and I had air blowing out the vents. And guys, I came out here, I can hear the fan blowing, but I couldn't hear the compressor. So guys, what I'm doing is I want to verify that my compressor is turning on. You want to do this before you hook up gauges or do anything. Make sure everything is running, meaning your compressor and your fan, because you want to make sure everything is running first before, you know, hooking up your gauges and losing charge, hooking up your hoses. But guys, my compressor is at 5.15 and my fan is at 0.58. So this tells me that my compressor and fan is running, which is good. So next, guys, what I did, this is R410A, by the way. I hooked up my low side gauge, and yeah, as you can see, I look at pressure and I look at temperature. Right now, guys, it's not cold, but it's not hot. It's only about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's about 70 degrees outside right now. But guys, I don't care. I mean, hopefully you're not out here checking units in the winter. But if you're near a 70-degree ambient, guys, you should never be at freezing point. Minimum, you want to have a 39 or 40-degree coil, minimum. And that depends, guys, on the ambient temperature, also the inside temperature. Guys, the inside temperature is easily above 73, 74 degrees. So my inside temperature is not real cold, so there is humidity inside for this AC unit to try to remove. But being under 32 degrees, guys, just like water at 32 degrees is going to freeze up, similar to AC unit. So right now, a 30-degree coil is not freezing up now because it's not real hot. But guys, whenever it gets real hot outside, you'll definitely start to see ice form on this unit, and eventually this unit will freeze up. So the moral of the story, guys, if your R410A pressures is not at a 40-degree coil, that coincides to 125 PSI on our low side. But guys, I definitely don't like this low side pressure. So it's safe to assume that this unit is low on Freon. But guys, I'm gonna use one of my buzzwords: never add refrigerant until you make sure everything inside is running. Now guys, I just told you that my fan was running. I just put my hand over the vents, but I definitely wanna go inside to check that filter out. So let's go inside and let's do that before we come back out here and add any Freon. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, this is another oil-fired machine, and yeah, this is what I took out the unit, and here's what's going back in. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to pop this filter in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back outside and check the pressures. See you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, we just replaced the filter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if our pressures went up. Now guys, if our low side didn't go up, then that confirms that this unit needs Freon, or it needs refrigerant. And once again, this is R410A. And let's see what the results are. Nope, low side is still at 30. So guys, what I'm gonna do, and this is another thing, I mentioned this on another video, anytime we add refrigerant, no two situations are the same. Now guys, if the landlord would have told me that someone came out to add refrigerant within the past year or two, and now I come out and it looks like this, then chances are they have what I consider a major leak. And if that's the point, guys, depending on the age of the system, we'll either recommend doing a leak check or ultimately replacing the system. But the good news is, guys, This unit doesn't seem to be that old. Actually, this is a 2020. So 2520. That indicates that this bad boy is only about 3 years old. So this unit isn't old, but like I said, guys, age or not, depends on the history of the system. You definitely don't want to just add refrigerant and end up having another recall. But guys, I'll definitely bring this to the landlord's attention that, hey, you know, this unit is low on Freon. As far as you guys can see this here, I mean, this unit wasn't flat on charge. Once again, guys, every situation is different. This is like a tedious amount compared to, you know, other systems I've seen. But if this unit was flat on charge, instantly I would recommend doing a leak check. But guys, in this scenario, we can definitely refill this thing up, but I'll definitely, you know, cover my tail, and I'll give the customer the info as far as, you know, what the numbers were versus, you know, how it's going to look once you fill it up. But most importantly, guys, moving forward, I'll definitely recommend maintenance here, because at this point, I don't know what the numbers were last year, or maybe 3 years ago. It took, you know, maybe it took 3 years for the numbers to get down to like this. So like, it's definitely worth filling it up, guys, if it's like a minuscule amount. But I'm just going to fill this up, and we'll see if the pressure's holding. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, we just added some R410A, and as you can see, our low side is about 120, 125, and that's a 40-degree coil. So that's spot on with what we want. And guys, you definitely have to leave some room for fluctuation, which is low on your high side. I don't have my high side hooked up, but ideally your high side depends on the temperature outside. For R410A, you want it between, I want to say 275 to 330, give or take. But once again, guys, in my previous videos, if your high side gets past that 400 PSI mark, at that point, it's safe to assume either you got non-condensables or something's going on with your condenser unit. Condenser coil can be clogged up, or your fan, you know, something could be going on that's causing your head pressure to go up. But guys, that's not this scenario. This scenario was just, the system was low on refrigerant. We just added some charge. Earlier, we couldn't get this above 30. Even with the dirty filter, we replaced the filter and it was still the same thing. But guys, you know, with experience, no number is going to be spot on. Like, for instance, if inside was real hot, and guys, just so you know, your low side is indicative of your inside temperature, meaning inside the house. If my inside temperature, let's say if the customer had a plug-in AC unit, while this unit wasn't working and they had the house at 60 degrees, I can guarantee I probably wouldn't get my my low side temp, meaning my suction pressure, above like 39. It will probably still be close to 40, but it won't be 40 on the dot, because right now, guys, it's warm in the house. It's like 73, 74 degrees. And the tenant said they keep the thermostat at like 70 degrees. So guys, like I said, you always want to have some play in your numbers, but I don't care what the temperature is, inside or outside. At no point should you have, this is R410A, R22. Your low side should never be at freezing point. So we shoot for a 40-degree coil, you know, whenever it's possible. But guys, like I said, it's 70 degrees outside. If we had a scenario in which we had to install this unit in the winter, you know, we do get furnace installations in the summertime, and also heat pump and condenser systems, you know, installed in the winter. If that's the case, guys, if we have to do an install, at that point we won't need to add refrigerant on a brand new install, because the new refrigerant will be in the condenser. But guys, anytime we do a AC related repair or installation during like off days, we always put the customer on schedule on the next 70-degree day or above, just to double check the numbers. Because last thing you want to do, guys, is not remember what I just said and try to add refrigerant when the outside temperature is not above a certain point. And now guess what, guys, you're going to dump a bunch of refrigerant in this unit and your numbers won't move. And now guess what, when it gets hot, too much refrigerant could cause your high side to go up. So guys, you definitely don't want to make the mistake. You know, like, so I know some guys that can shotgun it and get lucky, but guys, you know, you don't want to kill compressors or freeze units by trying to, you know, be Superman and add refrigerant to systems when, you know, there's no humidity outside to be inside, you know. So under 70 degrees, guys, that's our guideline. If it's under 70 degrees and the customer wants an AC looked at, you can look at it inside. But if something is off with the refrigerant pressures, always come back, or recommend coming back on a warmer day, because even if you get it right, you'll still have to come back anyway to double check it. So there you guys have it. We just have to add some refrigerant. I'm gonna go inside and check my supply, make sure everything's okay, and also get this customer signed up for maintenance. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Peace out. See you guys on the next one.